Okay, this is a Voyager Tarot reading I'm doing for the month of May 2011 for the sun sign of Aries. Now I'm just going to take the major arcana cards. This is the Voyager Tarot. You can see the DNA spiral on the back there. There's 22 cards altogether. I'm just going to shuffle them up and quickly spread them out. Don't know whether you can see that, but just pick something at random. So I'm just going to drawn to this side of the deck, so I'm just going to take this card. This is the card that covers the underlying momentum or a theme for the month. I'm looking for monthly themes or monthly trends with this reading. This is for Aries, and the sun, as it happens, is pretty much in Aries at the moment, so the sun card has come out, which is logical, even though it was random. So it's synchronous, and yeah, the sun is about consciousness. It's about growing in consciousness. It's about warmth of character. It's about, there's a whole load of things on here that there's some Egyptian symbolism. The sun god is symbolic with the king of Egypt. We've got gold coins. We've got small flowers coming out there. And there's a galaxy, there's a nebula in the back there. But for anyone born under the sun sign of Aries, it's a good time for you at the moment. There's growth coming through quite quickly for you, even though it might look like obstacles and threats and things like that. There's growth in there as well, and I want you to focus as much on the growth or the challenges, the kind of the personal development aspects of it. What is it you're learning? What is it that you're focusing on that's positive? What is it that you're doing that's sowing seeds for the rest of the year? This is a time when the seeds that you sowed last year will start to come through, using this farming analogy. What you sowed last year will come through, and that's what you reap at the end of this year. So what you need to think about is, what do you need to be sowing now to come through at the end of this year, the beginning of next year. So think in that kind of time scale, think a year ahead and build up some skills now that will be useful for you at this time next year. What are the skills that are in demand on the internet and in your local area that you can teach yourself? There are certain things that you can teach yourself on the internet. HTML5 is a useful thing to know about. If you know anything about PHP or JavaScript, then you're going to be in demand at some point along the way. Those are the things that people are using to build websites and to develop graphics and things like that. So those are the skills that are in the moment of the time we're in at the moment. So those are the skills that you need to be looking at developing if you can. If you don't have any major technical ability, look for something that's in the caring professions, that's looking after the elderly, that's related to helping people with disabilities or with issues going on. Anything that's to do with counselling or psychology is useful as well. That's always going to be in demand. You look at the number of people with social problems, with personal problems, emotional problems. There will always be a demand for psychotherapy and for counselling. So those are things that you should be looking at, that are long-term skill sets that will serve you well. Look at the local demand for those types of things before you make your decisions. So always think about where you're going to be when you're using the skills that you're developing. Alright, that's my reading for Aries for May 2011. If you've enjoyed the reading, you could subscribe on the YouTube channel. You can leave me feedback underneath this video. If you're watching on Tarot Reading TV, there's a space for comments as well on that website. And I do have time at the weekends where I do private readings for $10, which are a similar format to this, but they'll be covering 3 months, and I ask for 1 or 2 questions to focus on when I'm doing those readings. So that's it for now. and I'll see you again next month.